Welcome back. Now, the NPP National General Elections is underway. The race is on. Who wins to the top out of all the various categories that they have? My colleague, Berla Mundi, is at the Accra Sports Stadium to bring us all the updates.
Delegates Conference, we have all been waiting with bated breath to find out who eventually takes up what position when it comes to the national executives. And so we're here at the Accra Sports Stadium, and we're just a few hours away from the start of the elections. Remember that it is about 7 categories that national, delegates, of course, of the NPP are going to be voting for, and party members as well. Now, if you look at the setup, you can tell that maybe about 50% ready. We already have the stage that's almost set up. The emblems are in place. We have the banners also showing the demarcation for where each region will be represented by members of the party. And so the Upper West region here, the Upper East region, we have the Northern region, Northeast, and of course Bono Ahafo. And if you look around, we see the other regions as well, also fully represented with their banners. And the media is also here in their numbers, getting ready, conducting certain interviews, of course, with some of the delegates and the aspirants who are here at the moment. 7 categories. We have the national chairperson or chairman of the party. That position is up for grabs because we know that Mr. Freddie Blay will not be running again, who is currently the incumbent national chairman. And in fact, his photo is up there as well. And so about 7 people will be contesting for his position. And the most popular, of course, Mr. Nteam, who has contested about 4 times already. And on all occasions, he lost. He started in 2005. Unfortunately, could not clinch that title, lost it to Mr. Peter Mark Menu. And then he came back in 2010, tried again, lost it to the late Okanta Jacob Bechebi Lamte. May his soul continue to rest in perfect peace. Came back in 2014, lost it to the currently suspended chairman at that time, Mr. Paul Afoko. Tried again and unfortunately lost to Mr. Freddie Blay. So this will be the 5th time that he is trying out. And in fact, his name is on the lips of many people who are thinking that it is likely this time around he will be the winner for the chairman position. And he's not the only one who is vying for that position as well. We also have the likes of Mr. Stephen Asamoah-Boateng, who is the executive director of SIGA at the moment, and a few other people as well. Also highly contested the other categories: national organizer, women's organizer. We have the general secretary, and the man himself, Mr. John Boydu, has said it that he's running again. Initially, the people who would have given him some competition, the likes of Mr. Charles Bisu, yesterday spoke to us exclusively on TV3, announcing why he decided to step aside. He said his family and of course his supporters encouraged him to step aside, but he says that he's also going to give the full support to whoever wins the general secretary position. Could it be Mr. John Boyd, who is also tipped by many to be the likely winner? Then we have the national women's organizer, 3 women. The incumbent is contesting again, Madam Kate Jemfua, but we have Ellen Amadeko and one Hajia who is also competing for this. Who is it going to go to? We only wait to find out in a few hours. Elections is happening tomorrow. National Youth Organizer elections will also happen, as well as the National Nasara Coordinator. And like I mentioned, 7 categories up for grabs. We all have to wait and find out who is going to be voted for. But a number of them are around. We're going to try and speak to them. And in fact, if you go outside the stadium, there's a lot of people who are selling party paraphernalia. Yeah, I know. But anyway, I know Johnny is going to get me for this and Cookie as well. But we're going to be speaking to them to find out if business has also started. And lots of things are happening. Stay with us here on TV3Newday. We'll be back and we'll give you all the deets. You'd realize that a lot of the traders, and I'm told from all across the country, have started gathering and displaying their wares. I'm here with one of them. She's already displayed a variety of items that you can buy if you're a member of the NPP and you want to show off and showcase yourself during tomorrow's event. Auntie, good morning. Bibi Aboko.
Boko.
And that's where Druhan Temo. Then Nekoso.
NPP for Betuaba. Na Kumasinta was yet me ban Taman Sana. Or Mombeto number.
Ufri Kumasi Nabai. Now, and you be our NPP member now.
Papa, full NPP member.
It's a new thing I will turn your man. Not just a way there every time I'm by NPP events.
Yeah, no. Baby, Ombetuaba, Nana, Nabekobia, Jumaya.
How many years in our turn NPP for you?
What time in your near tongue?
And it's always go.
Oh, nyaminti.
Nyamiado. I am for some day how crowd.
Oh, and send yamin quanti. Minti min casa, men quan mepeneso, and I'm in prince.
Not chairman your mountain because I am a who towel, me who handkerchief, me who buzella in your ma.
Duku or ho, and pabois or ho, t-shirt or ho, fugu or ho.
Sir?
Bibia be or ho, Ahuma. I beg Bibia.
If Abakuna Boma me and here, so also NPP member, and Tina Chester. Also, oh, especially say be a Unipa be. Okay, well, so she's clearly showing you all the things that she sells. In fact, there's even jewelry. And if you want some sunglasses as well, Auntie, to me for Bakushe, okay, so if you're an NPP member, maybe you'd want to walk in looking like this and maybe add like a cap or something or some jewelry. And she says that she's come all the way from Kumasi, and for the Kumasi vendors, this is what they've been doing for many years. She's a member of the party, but she had to get here on time just to secure her spot. A very good location, I must say, for anybody who's driving in. It'll be very easy for them to spot these items and buy. Now, Chese, what Tom Bibi say? Saying?
Where 10 cities.
10 cities. Not just on your lowest price, you're saying?
Yeah, well, 2 cities were.
Oh, okay.
Who could be Albania?
Now make it 50 pesos, and now
they are 50. That's what I'm saying. They no lie.
No lie. When people for show my Juma.
Papa.
When you are
Juma, say the woman who for so about 10 years, Simon, but who Juma and I. They said the woman who they were about 10 years, no, almost an anaya Juma.
I was saying Ghana for Casado.
Okay, Obia when I come so there. Say Obia, you depend on a panel. Until we have a Rebecca Sawaya Bonnie. But say, move no soon for so. Bear 10 years and I say, see Simon, on Behun, and I soon for so. Just an eye Juma. I Juma, then I hope didn't bet me no iron. On to be near Jumani until then, now what they bet me no. Why a pa? The moment one I shall bet me winning. You are national chairman, you organizer. When okay, media and the men Dobako be a mepe. Medase. Let's move on to the next vendor. And you can see about 2 or 3 of them also lining up their wares. And it looks really colorful, I must say. The women are seated. I guess it's a little too early for people to come and buy. But if you also want a cap, maybe you could go with this one. How do I look? Hello. Well, only for the NPP members anyway. Let me go speak to the women. Auntie, I said, wadao. Wabre, obayache, mayembeno. Auntie, sorry, na business aba. Brian ka TV huasema. Na ode yanko ichirohe. It looks like she's tired, not in the mood to speak. But let's go to the other women. But you see there's slippers here. We see the caps and some very colorful hats too. Auntie Michiamo, Uncle Michiao.
Fine.
Maybe aboko.
Radiado.
Nyoma wehe. Enunye yembe nyoma ne ni yenkasa. Na unso free Kumasi ana.
Da be me wakra haya.
Kra haya na edwuma oya ni.
Mpacho da bi.
Okay, then now ye.
Oh, me 12 full bail.
But identity na and now the MPP for nyoma ba ha.
Oh, me MPP ni. Nti se do see a program bisa na ese me ba beto.
Say every time my MPP be program be out on nyoma.
Sa pepe.
Unso nyoma be na owo.
Oh, me wo a chair break the 8.
Me wo break the 8. Eno na we he. Chair me baby I break the 8 no wo. Yina hye na me hwe sa wo se wo MPP ni nti je che say.
Oh. And I'm a break the 8 t-shirt. And I'm a muffler. Me wo you can say aduku. Me wo a man so e wo no che wo ho. You wo che ni different. You wo banner. Oh no, you wa hwene bia wo ha. Na
Nkrofo started to start that.
Oh, omu nyama but ye yi ne ba ko de. Ba program na nkasa ye wo chena.
But ene dia ugidi se omo ba to.
No, bibia be ene on be start free nra ni nyina na start but just say en share da nye gidigidi sa. Sanity.
Okay. Na chese wo ha copy match na omo be vote.
Oh, ye wa ha kosi Sunday anwumira ye be bibia sa.
Mate. Na o hwe senia nyoma koso wo kroma. O hwe Ghana fo ani age NPP fo adwuma.
Oh, me say amamu de madam said ya amamu tie no. Aban bia baso a obi ho kire no, obi su di yie. Na amamu no so no process. Oh no. uti ye a obetimi akohia enema papa ma waban na enkrofo ni beje uti ye so a no akohia wo hawo na na ado ba ye mfitiase no wo ye adwuma fine but ye hwe enso hwe covid a obehia ye ene say Ukraine ne Russia ntokwa yi a ba ye ni nyina ye nema bi a ama aban no ayi kofom kakra but ni nyina mu ne nim say IMF ya yakodwani as time goes on nyama be yi
nanka nkofo bi kasa professor bi kraka say anka elections we yen stopping for now na yen twema esikambra nkofo bottom na economy ni nye stable kakra ansan ya saba because enye sa so bi bana say bi o contest na so chicheska ebe say on buga na for
oh there be one say abato de da bia ka say even heaven cry no yeto aba Jesus Christ cry to aba because o hwe asuafo dumienu na omudi na chi ya o hwe aso so o asuafo na edumienu so nipa ba ko na yi Yesu Kristo man e na abato so de tetete nti wo ya de la sesika ho sesika ni ho abato na ye beto what I say because obi ko bobesia e de beto aba be position otimi wini a obetimi nya times 3 times 4 sanity.
Well, he's an NPP member and also a vendor. He sells other wares, but he says that there was a need to come and sell some NPP paraphernalia just because he's a member and also because he knows that a lot of people would buy the items. I have a gentleman here who's also clad in the NPP colors wearing Pacha Bemekakara. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Fine.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Francis Kakari.
Francis Kakari. You're a member of the party?
Yeah.
I see that with your break the AIDS. Do you believe you're going to break the AIDS?
Oh, 18 days I break every.
We break here. We are then break here. And I say election yenye.
But yeah, 2 abano crowd them every. Yeah, you call ye nyuma pa ye. And a dear bako.
Nyuma pa ben na moya because that's a Ghana for who. They be an Ghana for soon. Say ye niska or your bottom free SHS no ye who so ye was say a chairman kwala no mudidi no muko school ni ade.
Nyaba. Free HS ya okay. Sabi ebia me amigina kaminya sa opportunity na kanya ba bia aka me woni e ko me ko school na ma me ni papa ni bi enti man ko anu akiri enti adwuma na oba ya wodi sa school fees ni kwakotu ya no sabi previous a e wo botom sabi aba bia ma on first ka me show bia but just ye bre but e wo msa covid na ma wi asa ye den e na Russia for tokwe obi e ni America. And America na fuel 1 liter but $50. Now $30. Adding, but you be breaking it, you know.
You be breaking. Now can US and not just a country say a ben yet to say Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, and Kekahono. Say almost COVID no calm, Ukraine war no so calm, but as almost stabilize your more economy kakra into more than or more yeah more into me ya for IMF so momra.
IMF they deserve say yako.
E was say yako.
Yeah.
Ade.
You deserve say yako because Henry na Idrusu. Emeki asem say one more offense say NDC for no omatimi aboa ma ties aban na pay no eswat. Ba wo ti o ma we na akokasa asem we ya nya IMF na ebeko. Aban na pay tax dia ya adwuma no wo say omatimi aboa ma ento boy say wonya no eswat.
Na ukasa sa ode anabo Haruna bebe mu a na che say Vice President Dr. Bamwan enso kan bibi ono so time NDC for IMF no say se mo IMF na che say mo mbu aman ni yie NPP for nyina nso aka bebre aka say ukwa IMF there na che say you couldn't run the country the right way and you were reckless and also
oh and also ho
so jitu mu say se mo akọ this year na che say na mo so mo ye reckless
oh yeah the bu aman ni yie but cover na high Sakovia ma and this is what manya cover. Yes, o manya Ukraine tokwa. But ya faces anema no. So at as emenu aba ya faces anema no. Iti ya bompaye ebeye.
Ebeye. Na wana we need us for election this one.
Oh, me a me jira mo na bi camp.
Okay.
Me fra joso.
National organizer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I call secretary so. Don bodu. That's my boss.
So no atna so. Now others no more contesting almost say when to me and my unity and party ni munti no more contesting na nko mo mbe adwuma. Unity
be what they call 2 times. Okay. Unity be bi.
Party ni mo no eyi ntokwa wo mu nyina.
Me de mi hunu. Yeah, me need de mi hunu. Ana chairman nso Steven Tim wa bre 5 times. Yemfa ma no o wani so ade hunu no nso e me kire ne de me hwe. Anye ya e be chenyi no. Enti me sero mo mfa Steven Tim Nana B ana John Bodu.
Mate, medase. Let's continue and speak to other vendors as well. There's a woman here. She looks very relaxed. Let's move on. Auntie mitumini okasakakra. Eti sen bibia boko. What da hoide na chese bibia ya mawu. Sikani flow ana.
Debi o.
Sikani ma.
Debi.
Sikani mbakra. Na se wa line ni NPP for nyoma bebre fefe.
Ba. Omo nya mind e bo mpa e se omo beba no na chese. Bibia ye kama amaye.
Na free na ba won kran ha.
Mase.
So wo kumase. Enti adwuma wo ye wo kumase ni.
Oh, Debi. We ne de ye but ye bibia na ye de ba. But ye we adwuma ye.
Na wo ye party member. Na wo fair so be kan.
Oh, eno de.
Na wo ye business woman.
Adwuma ne de me kan say nye kire se. Eye adwuma e na meye.
Oh, me bi sasa a party member because say elections no be cost we china. Na nka me bi sasa wan na we need an so.
Eno mean to be. Eno nti na me ka sa na no de mean to be.
Ba wo ye member.
Oh, and I make us a party. I'm a wedding mean to mention, and they may to my banana man. Say, Edgeman on yet, when one.
But usually, say your first time I want on NPP for your say that. Usually, all tone your say that they were in a copper.
Oh, a bassy, I told you, Nina. Umbejina so Nina.
Tonina, not just a scarf nether and football common I mention scarf way. Now, in fact, be a name who yesterday the battle is the Lord. 4 more for none. Hey, now Bibi say no, and now they are saying come for son. Bibi say no ton is.
Oh, Bibi say ni dia ton 25 and 30 cities.
For better.
Oh, better.
So I have kosi Sunday na.
Ya wa kosi Sunday, better.
We Ghana ni me pese me bisa say o hwe se ne amamu no kona Bibi aye.
Oh, we dia ya me de so obisam sa asem me sre Ghana fo. Na do nye se bia eye ne bo apaye. Na mama obedi ye ase nkwanhia bi na waba abehia ase covid ni twam na Ukraine so se ne Russia for so ntokoya ben eno nam so nti na ama o manimu ayeden ba me de minim so oguso toto ne man kakran nti yemfa mpa ebo ntanachi na bibia be fan amaye
se na de waya de nye covid na ba anya sa na Ghana fo bebre se na nya de ne nkrofon so anya
eno so nti na me stress obia anya abotre woguso kakran niema beyeye niema
be I see some Jeremy designs here as well for those of you who know when one now here
Pacho obi na ye maye ye sheda mo obi ye maye
na ha de na atwa wa ha no
breaking the 8
oh ye sure some be break
ejina wo munwuma so de because one nyere wo ho anko fom yi a jina wo munwuma so.
Let's go speak to the young men here. Let's also find out from them. Pacha mi to me be mwana. Mi chechi amo bibi aboko de. Morning. Wana mi kone office. Mimra ha. Over. Eti say.
Nyame adom minister.
Anope den na aye wa ha.
O ye ba be market akra ye niam na yesi ho no.
Okay.
If you kumase na ba ye.
Ubi kumase. Mo kwan wa na mo ba ntem say.
Say ye ba be tron say eye nationwide so ebi efli area no ba so ebi a achekra by 12-1 kono. Berla na ye nso ya start ye market.
O first time ni.
Oh no, always be a buy and yeah, you do final rally no so I am by both parties in hey you just vote then you do market so I baby baby I honor ma
in your man say no I photo NPP for your man and I be a NDC for so your man photo pan.
Oh yeah umuto. Yeah, umuto yeah so far yeah the end yeah you say a boy.
Last time I muton be no overall munya be sesen.
Oh, last time yeah me kai say 2016. Yeah, 2016 omu year no and NPP year no trade fair and NDC so year no the same area. By now o compare market na eye. Yeah, na ye pa.
Chairman say na unya yo na me hu say business
Yeah, a business is going go for now no and na ye so be as a catch so person start be you need about 2,000 baby unyini
2,000 Ghana cedis the koto NPP for your way
yeah near mano yeah chewing gum na yeah ton
who dey out on chewing gum
yeah
and chewing gum no the free kumasi never
yeah the free kumasi never
businessman no
say
and now we are party members.
Yeah, party member. Yeah, party. We are here for business. Okay. We are here for business.
Yanka economy ni honsem. wo adwuma we a woye me sure say wonya profits but o hwe se ne amamo ne kona o hwe NPP for omo aye adwuma because omo see breaking the 8 omo person omo to aso 2024 no omo person omo samba ebe to adwuma pa na omo see omo aye no o hwe e was omo baba.
Oh yeah, it may depend because me nkwami vote. Let's say be as me to abamo omo krampo, me nkwami vote entimi emma omo emma back. And me nkwansum vote entimi ma omo nko. And na omo ankasa nso nim omo weak points bi. Ebi ade na me bia omo ye no right. Ene na me bia omo nye no right. Enti ebi ama grassroots ana se timemufo no hu ne se omo hu afono omo no. They know it. Enti enye se omo mai obi ne ka kire omo. Because omu system ni omu to ade omu foka omu ye niam beble a ye nso citizens ye bi enti omu na omu angasa oso omu nim de ye enti omu abetimi aye
wo kotokuo mu sisi Ghana for so sesika ni ho wo hwa o business no 2016 ena sisi ano abe ye kakra na sa akwachi
the tensa price no increase ena ama ebasa ama sika oso nso di ram no e wo say ye kese enti no yeah but say price no mutum sa e ma yen ye profit ne so te now from Ahase to Kumasi no e try 60 cedi bus o kono ba 102 cedis 120 cedis ube di e be spend by 3-4 days maybe Sunday ni e be flee hanum so ube wi ya be check be wi na say even as compared to 2016 no it was far better than abia ene by
ene wo beda he mu hotel amobeda
sister o turn here we say they call that hotel profit yes we
free Kumasi nti hefa na obeda
we just hang around so ade sanko ade a ye on say your bag is honum ye bibia we sponge towel ne ade bibia wo mu a
bedware we he
ya ye bedwale ye nsuo wo ha ukọ sa square no honum na there is a bula bi wo ho ya ye betimi asem no wagina on say ye mema de ye ways into sem emma ahanti ujina bia no odwale then na o call baby
3 days now wa ha no obedware wo kona bi mu ho obeda kwan ho unsuro say bia am Robert na bibi beba be ha mo
oh yes basa on say to say ye wa ha no we are in group we do everything together ye adwini na ye one so say obi kra try so be attack back wa ye misa say oye dey nti our attacking the best yan say ye be defend ye nua no yeah so we do everything together
now ube we no sure profit send abenya because I was spending 120 cedis or ube spending 120 cedis on transport alone eduane mma nyoma we out on no sure ube ko Kumasi back na wenya
yes I me check enema ya me dia bayi na you say or say bibia be ko fine na say ebesa say enema no timisa me count about 600 Ghana profit
600 Ghana profit
yeah
it's no cost 1k
yeah as a profit no enye capital no as profit na same na yeah.
That's interesting to know. Anyway, me wish you luck. Say mo aba mo be business. Nti me wish you luck. Me ne won kasa na. Me nko echire. Why na me be kasa? What me ne won kasa na? Okay, well, let's cross the streets. You've heard from them. In fact, if you're wondering where they'll be sleeping, the young man has just told us that they are from Kumasi. It costs 60 cedis to travel from Kumasi by bus to Accra, and it will cost them another 60 Ghana cedis to return. And in fact, they have no place to sleep because looking at the business they are doing, they cannot afford to lodge at a guest house, a hotel, or anywhere. So they have a corner at the Independence Square where they can go and shower. And then after that, let's see if we can cross the road. After that, then they would come back and continue business. But let's go and speak to another vendor across the street. She's also selling items, representing the party colors. And I see Chairman is the man that we see at the back there. And Mr. Freddie Blaze says he's not running again. And so it's giving others the opportunity to run and compete. And to find out who eventually would become the national chairman. Is Mr. Stephen Ntim the most popular in this group? Is he the most likely to emerge winner? Well, we have his communications and brands director here with us, Mr. Kofi Ameyaw. If you can join us shortly so we can have this conversation. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Berla. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. Your shirt looks really crisp crisp this morning.
I'm the branding and communications director, so I'm supposed to brand.
You have to represent the brand there. I see that, but I like it. How's it been so far? Long journey, few hours to the elections.
It's been 20 years out of his adult life that he has been chasing and pursuing this singular project of becoming the national chairman of the New Patriotic Party. It hasn't been easy. I mean, I heard you chronicling the number of times he has failed to annex the seat. This time it looks hopeful. It looks hopeful because there's an intim factor. The intim factor is the fact that he has demonstrated discipline, commitment, and loyalty. And that is what I believe, as a party person first, is needed and required to be able to break the eight. You need a chairman who will be able to galvanize the people, mobilize the people, and him himself being a signpost that people can point to, that this is a man who is a unifier. Because at the end of the day, when he loses the elections, you don't hear him, you don't see him saying anything ill about the party. So we need such a chairman. It's not about luck, it's about the experience he has acquired as a result of the many times he has contested. So the party folk, the rank and file of the party, the delegates of the party truly believes that this is the time, indeed, if you want to make inroads in the 2024 elections, he has to be the chairman.
Let's talk about his mental fortitude, because again, you're talking about the experience that he has garnered over time. But ideally, if you've tried 4 times and you still didn't win, naturally, as a human being, you know, your confidence level will be low. There must be a reason why he still decided to run again. Is there any fear that he's harboring that it could happen again where he may not win?
I mean, yeah, he's a human being. We are all human beings as part of the team, and we have a wonderful team led by the former mayor of Accra, Nia J. Sowa, Mohamed J. Sowa. But the truth of the matter is that the confidence level this time is so high because this time around, he has become like a thumb. You can't tie a rope without him. He has become so formidable that if indeed the NPP wants to do so well in 2024 elections, in the midst of all the global challenges that has its cascading effect on the economy and the Ghanaians are feeling it, there's a need for us to make sure that the party works. And he has that key. Yes, he's been coming 2005, 2010, 2014, 18. You would expect that the momentum will reduce. However, for him, for one reason or the other, it keeps increasing. Sometimes I ask him, I call him Da, like what motivates you? He tells me, Kofi, I don't even know. But he believes that in Isaiah 60, verse 22, when God makes everything right, he will make it happen. We believe that this is the time that God has prepared for him because no political party has been able to go beyond 8 years. And if you want to go beyond 8 years, you need the party to be unified. You need resources to go to the party. You need an individual who the party can say that at the end of it all, when we have opportunities available to the party, you'll be able to reward and share evenly and equitably among the members. And that is the man Stephen Intim.
Well, so I assume that the number 5 is his lucky number because interestingly, we're told that he's number 5 on the ballot paper.
Yeah, he's number 5 on the ballot, and this is 5th attempt. So,
I mean, there is competition in this category, don't you agree? There's Mr. Stephen Asamoah Boateng, the executive director of SIGA at the moment. He's been a minister countless times, was once also an MP as well. I mean, he's also garnered enough political experience, and he says he is the man to do the job. Then we have Professor Ameya Kumfi, a former Minister of Education, and there are other people in that category as well. Do you think that any of them gives him some, competition to some extent?
These individuals that you have mentioned, I mean, they have contributed their quota to the party and even to the nation. I take nothing from them. But where we are going to as a party, there's a need for us to restructure. There's the need for us to reorganize. There's the need for us to go back to our principles and our tradition. Intim symbolizes and represents the tradition of the party and the principles of the party. And what are the principles of the party? That you must work hard, and when you work hard, you'll be rewarded. You must show some discipline and commitment. This is a man who has demonstrated. Among all of them, he had a credibility. Indeed, when he says he will reward party folks, he would, because when he loses the election, do you know what he does? He does not stop contributing to the party. He continues to make sure every constituency and regional offices have a letterhead provided by him. He ensures that every parliamentary candidate get one form of logistics or the other. For the last 20 years of his life, he has demonstrated credibility. And I believe that this is the man that the party has been waiting for, especially around this time. Yes, the rest, they've been doing well, but I see no competition in this particular election because when we embarked on our campaign and we met with delegates, at some point they didn't want us to even talk because they know the man already. He's been there for 20 years. And I believe with that experience, and what he has done so far in the party gives him, a very, very long distance from the others.
Let's talk about breaking the ace, because he said it himself that he will deliver another NPP president to Ghanaians if he should become chairman. But the new Afrobarometer report says that, about 87% or so of Ghanaians think that the country is headed in the wrong direction, clearly depicting that they are not too impressed with the current NPP. Some have said that no matter who becomes chairman, no matter who becomes flag bearer or who attains whatever position, NPP is not the party to retain power in 2024. What do you think he's going to do to change the minds of Ghanaians?
I've sat on your show and I've admitted that there are genuine challenges that confront us as a nation. Some might argue that the government should have done something before the COVID struck, but the reality is that, and if you read the IMF report, it's clear that our challenges are as a result of the cascading effect of the global pandemic and exacerbated by the Russian-Ukraine war. That's a fact. Should we have done something differently? Yes. I mean, at the end of the day, when you have to pay excess capacity of about 17 billion, you have to clean up the financial sector with about 21 billion and everything else that comes with it. We admit, and for the Afrobarometer report, we understand that Ghanaians are not happy. We understand that Ghanaians are going through tough times. The president himself admits that what keeps him awake at night is the fact that Ghanaians are suffering. The vice president has admitted same. We understand it. But the fortunate thing for us as a political party and as a government is that we have 2.5 years to fix this particular mess. And we are committed to fixing it. And he is committed to making sure he will bring the party together to help the government to achieve what has never been done before. Yes, we appreciate that things are not really good, but 2.5 years is a long time to be able to fix things. So we believe that as we've gone to IMF and negotiations are ongoing, the result will be good for everybody. Then by 2024, I am hopeful things would have gotten better. And then he, as the chairman, will be able to bring the party together to help the government to break.
If he doesn't win?
He will win.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Kofi Amaya is very optimistic that Mr. Stephen and team would emerge victorious and become the national chairman of the NPP. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Me too. Thank you very much.
I know it's a busy day for you, so I'll leave you to go do some work. But of course, as you can see as well, and shortly you'll see, setup is still ongoing. I mentioned earlier that it looks as if it was about 50% set. There's a lot more work that is happening. They're mounting, the speakers, and a lot is happening as well. So we will keep you updated as usual. A number of the delegates are around, a number of NPP sympathizers and members are around. Outside as well, the traders are busy doing business, selling party items and paraphernalia. And so it's going to be a very busy few hours from this point up until Sunday as we wait to find out who emerges winner of the various categories that are up for grabs. My name is Berla Mundi. I've been reporting for TV3Newday, but the team will still be here. The TV3 Ghana team will be here to apprise you on everything that goes on here. So please do not change the channel, because this is the best place to find out who wins what at the NPP National Delegates Conference and elections. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again in a few hours with the next team.